Hey y'all, this is Bill at Swampers RC, and this is the first custom build I've done in 4 years. Kind of what I've been planning this for a while, but what kick-started it was when Jim's Garage on Instagram was holding a contest to celebrate a new milestone in followers, and so I followed his instructions to enter, and I really wanted this because it happened to be the very same truck that my very first pickup truck was. The first one that I bought was an '86 Ford, and but I always wanted to do a F350 build, you know, with the semi-truck wheels and tires, you know, dualies on the back and all that. So that was just the perfect time to put those two things together. And I had to do quite a bit of sanding on it. You can see, you know, a lot of print lines and such. Well, that's par for course, you know. Just depends on how rough you want to let it look. But it was a flat paint that was on it, and I wanted to be able to see what all needed work, which there's a few things here and there that still need some attention. But got it where I was fairly happy with it, and then went ahead and put this paint job on there. And I think part of where I messed up was I did the paint before I put the fenders on. But because I made a mess of things doing that. But anyhow, the fenders came from some guy in Spain, 3D printed, and they were huge. They were profiled to fit up against the side of the RC four-wheel drive Blazer body, and they were made for, you know, some of the dually setups that are out there for the off-road tires that, you know, use a kind of a big spacer in between them, and so they'd have to be pretty big, you know, for that purpose. But I cut about 1 inch off the inside edge where they meet the body here, and took another 3/4 off the bottom right there, and that's what got the fenders in that particular range of overhang, and had them glued on there before I even bothered setting it on the body and checking to see how far they hung out. And the tires were just too far inside, so I went digging in the old stuff, found some 30mm spacers, but they had them sticking out a little too far, and I didn't like the design of them because they allowed the wheels to rock back and forth, because they basically relied on the pin, on the cross pin, to hold them in place with an O-ring holding the cross pin. And you know, they look all right, and they haven't been an issue on the Hummer, but that Hummer is 1/6 scale, so it's huge, and so are the wheels and tires, so it's not noticeable on it. But went back to digging in the old stuff and found my 25mm spacers, and that put the wheels right where they needed to be. But with both wheels on there, the barrel nut wouldn't reach the threads on the axle, so I had to put the inner wheels on, then drill out the center of the outer wheels and attach them with the lug bolts. So it all worked out and come out pretty good. I pretty much like right where they fell. Now the hood opens, but I haven't gotten hinges yet. RC four-wheel drive makes a nice metal set, but that comes with hinges for the tailgate, and I'm not going to cut the tailgate loose on this thing. I'm going to leave the back end like it is. So I went to searching, found out Dark Dragon Wing list a set for like $10. They look decent, and they're plastic, so it'd be a glue up, but they're out of stock. So hopefully when I've got a few bucks to throw at it, they'll be back in stock, and I can go ahead and get them. And I've got magnets, but I think I need to get a little bit less strength of a magnet to hold the hood than what I've got on the body. I just don't think it'll be necessary for it to be that strong. Let's see, this grill was a separate piece. Painted it up, glued the lenses into it, and then glued it to the body here, across here, and right there. Let's get the body off and let y'all have a look at it. Oh, by the way, the radio is a system that was a takeoff when somebody out there was taking apart Exceed crawlers and selling off the parts. So anyways, what we have here is RC four-wheel drive Trailfinder 2 long wheelbase chassis, and we've got leaf springs under it, K44 rear axle, and a semi-truck front axle, which is, I believe, the same brand as the wheels, which are Endura, and the rear tires are Endura, Chinese brand that you find on eBay. Find them on Wish also. We got all kind of stuff. Hell, I think they have complete chassis too. The front tires are Tamiya semi-truck tires. They're the hard rubber. They get great traction on the asphalt though. This thing turns on a freaking dime. Could roll it if I'm not careful. Now, something else that was sitting around for years and years, the spacers I've had for probably 5 years, these exhaust tips right here are Club 5, and they're made for an SCX10, but they work, you know, and that's why I tell people I don't never throw nothing out or give it away unless I know somebody's going to use it. But turns out a lot of things that I've kept for many years have ended up being used on new projects. These shocks I've had for a few years on the front here, they're little tiny crawler shocks, 40 millimeter. Yeah, I'm thinking about go ahead and use them on the front. Although I might switch out and get something else later. I made the radio tray out of plastic, very quick thing. And on the back there, I stole the rear bumper and the RC four-wheel drive hitch mount off of the Trailfinder, the Yoda. Um, that's a tough armor rear bumper, real nice. Yeah. It could sit a little closer to the body, and but haven't decided to do anything about it yet. We'll see. I might not ever do anything about it, just leave it be. But worked out perfect with the wheelbase. I put an extra leaf in the back so it's nice and stiff. Might prevent a wheelie. It's not as stiff up front, but it's lighter in the front, I guess. And the transmission is the RC four-wheel drive R4, and without a transfer case, it seems to be geared just a little higher than the trailfinder. I mean, it's that TCI transmission there is basically the same thing that a GCM is based on. But anyways, that's a Gould RC 80-turn motor. The digital servo there come out of a really cheap RGT crawler that I got a few years ago. But it's way plenty for this thing. This thing's got all kind of turn, and it's real easy for that servo to turn it. So it's fine. The speed control is a New Rain 80 amp continuous. I believe it's 480 amps forward. Spike, 480 spike. 4-channel receiver there. That's the Exceed radio. And yeah, other than that, I had to drill holes in the front axle there to mount it to the leaf springs. And the way it's set up, it's just a little narrow, so I got my leaf springs up front angled in, got them riding to the inside of the frame instead of under it. And that made it, where it worked with the front here. And so it's all pretty good. Now here's my front body mount is this bumper mount, which I'm going to make a bumper out of aluminum and hang it on here with the posts that were on a TF2 bumper. And the rear body mount is these magnets, which are screwed to this cross beam here, but then they're glued in right here. So you can see this thing sits right on the frame, and that is one deep bed. So that is the Towpig. See, the front of the body just keys in there. And when I close that, I have to make sure that my wires from the speed control are clear, so it doesn't sit on. But yeah, this thing's pretty fun. And I'm gonna do a running video real soon of it doing some towing. What it was built for. So, everybody, have some fun and get out in an RC or build one. I know for a lot of us that's not an option all the time, but it does you good once in a while to build you one. Build it yourself. Nobody makes this. It's almost all RC four-wheel drive, and about maybe a quarter Injora or a third Injora, but you cannot buy this. It had to be pieced together. All right, peace out.